Hey, what's going on? So this is part two of the video by popular demand on how to make 50 grand in 90 days, specifically wholesaling lot subordination agreements with land. So if you haven't watched part one, you need to do that. It'd be wise to do that. Go hit pause and watch it. Okay. So this is what we're talking about. So we talked before, just kind of the overview of what lot subordinations are and what it's going to take for you to convince a seller to subordinate their interest to the property with you so that you can then assign it to your buyer builder who's your partner. Okay. So that's what we talked about, kind of overview. We had spreadsheet and the mind map. We're going to talk about this, what it's going to take for you to find a buyer builder. Okay. It's very important. Okay. Because this whole hinges for you to be successful in this business. It hinges on you knowing your buyer's cost per square foot to build. Okay. And also it hinges on, your cost per square foot to sell, the retail, that arbitrage between to build $1.20 a square foot. And one we use is, I showed you before, we could sell for $260 a square foot. That arbitrage, $1.60 to $260, that's how you're going to be, your buyer builder is going to make money. He's going to like it. Okay. And that's how you're going to make money, because you're just giving them deals. You're providing them product. Okay. It's a great deal for your cash buyer builder. It's his cash flow. He's going to love it because his cash, he's not going to type his cash all the time. Okay. So how do you do this? And that's what this is about. This is about how you're going to find a buyer builder. You've got to know what that cost per square foot is. Okay. And you've got to find, this is the hard part. Okay. The hard part is you're going to have to actually network with some people. You want to make money in 90 days? You've got to do essentially, 5 deals in 90 days. That's a deal every 2 weeks. You got every 2 weeks, you got to be doing these things. Okay. Which means you obviously need to be calling your sellers, and there's no shortage of sellers who want to sell land. You can even go with realtors if you want. Okay. That's for another video. Okay. We'll deal with how to find sellers, but there's no shortage of sellers. They like it because they're getting more money for the house. What you need to focus in on is finding a buyer builder. And this is the hard work. I told you before, this is not a get rich quick scheme. Number one, 50 grand is not rich. Okay. This is not. Two, you're going to have to work hard. And again, this is not backbreaking work. It's picking up the phone and calling, going to lunch, right? And what you want to do, what you care about is a buyer builder who's looking to build spec homes. When I say speculation, okay? They know, just like the spreadsheet I did. We'll pull the spreadsheet back up again, okay? So you can do this. And if you want help with this, you want to, do a strategy session, whatever, we can do that. Okay, just set an appointment up with me. This is okay. Here's a spreadsheet. Okay, you want to know a buyer builder, what they're building. Okay, these numbers are ones I've done before. Okay, but what matters is what they're doing. What's their build price per square foot? Okay, and if they can't give you an honest answer, they hawing around this and that, then find a different builder. Okay, a good spec builder, he's going to know. He's going to have essentially 5, floor plans or what have. Maybe he's got 10. He's good. He's got 20 of them. Doesn't matter. But he knows he's got a 1,200 square footer, a 1,600 square footer, a 2,000 square footer, and a big 3,500 square footer. Okay, and he knows his cost per square foot. Why? Because he's been doing it for a long time, and he knows what he can build for. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So these aren't just, what you got to do is hire an architect, and then I'll bid it, and we'll see. That's not the guy you're working with. Okay, you're not going to make 50 grand in 90 days doing it with a client like that. Okay, you've got to find somebody who's actively in the space, and they're out there, and that's part of getting on the phone. So you have to know kind of what they're doing. So this formula works. You bring this, you guys clever. You get on Google Sheets and come up with a spreadsheet, okay? On what their buyer builders is. So what this requires, you go out to the RIA meetings, Google, new construction home guys, and just call them up, meet them, talk to the folks at the title company. Again, I always tell all my students, my goodness, title is your best resource for finding buyer builders. They know who they are. They know the real players. And when you meet these guys, say, look, I can give you product. You're trying to find lots to build on. I can give you product, this lot subordination, without using a lot of cash, your own cash. I just need to know what your business model is. Go to lunch with them, meet them at the job site, meet their foreman, just get to know their business. Okay. That's going to take some time. But if you set up appointments, you talk to 5 builders a day, okay, and you go out there, you're going to find a couple guys that are good fits. Some guys that are looking, they have the ability to fund this, okay, and you're then not going. So then, once you understand that, get a copy of their building plans, okay, of like these are a few of the ones that I'm gonna be doing. The builder's gonna say, hey, I've got the Windsor, the Somerset, the Willow, and the I don't know, the Julius, or whatever. It's these stupid names, okay, of these plans. So you're going to come up with get a copy of what these houses look like, some photos, a good buyer builders, and hey, yeah, I have the one on the market right now. Let's go look at. Go there, walk around, take photos, right? Take pictures of the granite, the hardwood, all that, so kind of what they're building, right? So you have all this stuff. So when you talk to your cash buyers, the sellers, you know what you're talking about. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So that's what you got to do. It's not hard. Get to know what the buyer builders is doing. They're what you are providing them a huge service. Huge. Lot subordination. I bought entire subdivisions the same way. I don't have time, tie up tons of cash, right? Because cash flow is an issue with everybody. Okay. So if instead of having this law here, we said 80 grand, if the buyer builder, instead of having to come up with 80 grand, all he's got to do is pay you 15 grand, right? Let's see how many more of these things, because once he owns the land, he controls it. It's easy to get cheap money to build on. That's easy, okay? Because lenders collateralize the land, okay? The money, the hardest thing is getting the land in the first place. That's what's so beautiful about lot subordination agreements, okay? So now, one last thing too. You may say, you know what, man, you watch this video, you're taking really good notes, and you say, hey, I've talked to a bunch of buyer builders, and give me the runaround, blah, blah, blah. I would say to you, look, one thing you can consider too, and this is an awesome strategy, it really depends on where your area is. Look at manufactured homes, okay? Because they're FHA, they're financeable with FHA, all right? So anybody can buy them, right? Or VA, no money down. So they're easy to sell, okay? They're not manufactured home. I made a lot of money on manufactured homes. They're not like the old 70s trailer things. These are nice. They're FHA, sellable. And so their cost per square foot is typically going to be less than your buyer builder. Not all the time, but look into that. Especially in this particular scenario here, about an acre. If you have just an acre, get a manufactured home, and they're cheap. Cost per square foot is really cheap. And so then all you got to do is go to any investor, not just a buyer builder, but say, hey, I did all the math for you. You can buy this manufactured home. Its cost per square foot is $80 a square foot, and we know we could sell, here's some comps for new new manufactured homes on an acre that are selling for 200 a square foot or 180 a square. Does that make sense? So look into that. And you keep looking into your buyer builders too, but that's a great resource. Manufactured homes are a home run, easy. Just you order them, and 6 weeks later they come to the property. So if you don't, and by the way, once you do a couple of these things, you would be wise to do it yourself. You don't need to assign this to somebody. Can you imagine that if you did one of these, how much more money, instead of making a $10,000 assignment fee, you make 40 grand? Okay, well, you can do it in 90 days. Nope, you can't. It takes time, right? But I mean, you do enough of these things, you can make a lot of money doing this. Okay, really good money. You have $500,000. I did it first of the year. I did a whole series on this particular strategy. You can make $500,000, this year. Okay, doing this. Okay, you have to work hard. So the next part we're going to be talking about is how to get your real estate agent involved. Very important. That's a critical part. You have to know your cost per square foot to build, and your realtor. You have to know what the retail number is. Okay, you have to know that. So we'll talk about that. And again, if you need help, you want help, let me know. We'll schedule a free strategy session, and we'll talk about what you need, and I'll walk you through these things step by step and see how we do some business together. Because I'm telling you what, you can do this. You can change your life this year. Let me know. Talk to you soon.